Tails.
Tails, right, yeah. Big banana-shaped pattern, cut it out, sewed it up, filled it up with, that's just polythene stuffing.
It's just teddy bear stuffing, because I don't like the little I don't know what they're called, the little ball things you get beans.
They are polythene, aren't they? I don't know.
Yeah, polystyrene.
No,
They're
not
tiny.
polystyrene.
You get in like a bean bag.
Yeah, so they together like Beanie Baby bean bags.
Because it makes like a noise.
And also, as you'll probably find if it's your first fursuit, and even like with this one now, if you fail around with it too much, it will rip. Yeah. All seams, if you don't do it properly, will rip. And so if you have things like the little tiny balls or anything like that, they're just going to go everywhere.
With tails, with big ones, you can get like those weightlifters belts. I don't think they cost too much, I don't think. But they're chunky. You can sew your tail to it or create like a belt buckle for it. Yeah. Or strap it around you.
At the moment,
I wish I did this with this.
Yeah.
I'll do that later.
At the moment, I would take the tail off to show you, but it's kind of underneath my bodysuit at the moment.
With tails and little children like to run around. Oh look! Oh
look! Giant animal. Paul.
So
rip everywhere.
We'll get into interacting with crowd later, but
yeah.
So the tail's going to go through a lot of
that'll probably be the easiest part of the costume, but probably the most, apart from the feet, that will go through the most.
Yeah.
But then also another thing, not everyone does this, but I know you do, is weights at the bottom of tails. I mean, it makes them more it makes them more bouncy, it makes them sway nicer. I mean, it's not even much, not like go out by like a dumbbell and chuck it in there. This is like in the bottom, this is a couple like some change and one of those shocking tokens all glued together, stuck in the bottom of there. And you'll put it in there, you think this isn't going to do anything, but it just gives it a nice small movement.
It weights it down, because I see all these tails like floating in the wind.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
It just weights it down, and it's just little things like this that'll make it better. 2D suits. Exactly the same thing.
You can do it
with more elaborate tails like that. That is just a different pattern. Yeah. That is just a curved pattern.
It's still drawing the shape you think a tail is.
Yeah.
And then working out that fur goes like that, or my fur goes like that all the way around. So I had to make 12 panels for this tail.
Yeah. Turn around. Alright, so as you see with like Laura's tail, that hers actually, it's a husky curved tail, and it does, hang down. But you'll see some suits with their tails kind of like up high, like that. If you want something like that, you're going to have to look at like using a foam, basically carving your tail out of foam. Make it heavier, but it looks fine.
And with those. Same with the foam car tail, get a really good belt to mount it to, otherwise you're just going to get it dangling like that. It will be up here when I have my decent belt.
Yeah. Alright, so that's great. Same with 2D suits, they're exactly the same.
Tails. And digigrade. Right. Everybody loves a good digigrade.
Everybody loves these and these. This is one of the most. You'll find a lot of tuning suits just have the flat legs. Doesn't make a difference, to be honest. Quite a few tuning suits now all do have digigrade legs.
Yeah, a lot of them have. I'll show them what's underneath.
This is what. Is this underneath mine or
yes, it's underneath yours because yours is a different type.
Alright. These are my beautiful legs. These are what underneath my ones. Actually, I'm modelling here for you. This is basically what's underneath mine. This is missing a few panels on it though.
Yeah.
With my legs, compared to Laura's, you can see hers has got the. Come around the front so you can see. Her legs, as you can see, have got quite a nice shape to it. These are the more, I would say, more realistic ones. Sorry, we can't lift her up and show you. But she's got a more nicer shape to hers, and for photos, just for looking at it, that is the best option. We'll go on to the pictures of yours. Actually, get the pictures of yours right now.
Okay. I mainly did carved, I didn't carve a whole leg, I don't recommend that. But for digigrade, like this, I studied like pictures of animals and things, and noticed their knees are different to completely different, when they're walking on their toes. But my knee, there, is about here. So this makes it really hard for me to lift my feet. Which makes, if you get the end of that toe too much and you can't lift your leg, I would go straight on my base. So, but as I said, you've got to be careful with movement. Yeah, more a visual thing. Those are the best ways to go. I don't plan to run about, jump, dance. As you can see with my ones, you can see my knees are basically underneath. And I mean, I don't even know if you can see it because I could realise it. My knee is there.
But see, whilst mine looks a bit more chunkier and it doesn't look as good, I have so much more movement in this. I can walk and I'm dancing in a charity gala. Come on, Jane.
But yeah, I couldn't do any of that in these, but that's not to say they're not uncomfortable. It's just what you plan on doing with your fursuit.
Yeah, and also an extra thing about this, I know you said it like,
not that, right?
Another thing that I was saying, added to mine, is to add to the digigrade, I do have extra panels around my ankles. Oh wait, you can probably see them.
You definitely need that, because I see fursuits that are like, really nice digigrade padding, straight down. What are you doing with that?
I've got extra panels, and you can probably, everyone probably just thinks I have a fat ass, but I do have padding on my arse.
If you are quite slim in the leg or the butt,
sorry.
the leg or the butt, you probably will need butt padding, because the digigrade
it just adds a nicer shape as well.
If you imagine the back of a dog or a cat or anything with digigrade, it has a bit of an S curve to it. It goes down, so you need to bring it out, back in and down again, like that really nice curve to it. Not just it goes forward, back, down again. You need a good curve to your digigrade. You just make it work so much better.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to move along, so I know we've got to go inside. And the digigrade also comes back to the feet. You usually find people with it's called plantigrade legs, just basically human legs. I don't know why I'm bending down. They usually find that there will not be a raised bit here. That will just be flat. That will all just be one colour all the way around. We've done this in two different ways. Laura's is basically, you just raised your feet up completely.
Yeah.
And because obviously with digigrade, not the illusion, with animals, it's standing, the animal stands on their toes. So so you see, I kind of like raise it up because I'm trying, obviously so that is just the toes there. So when that is on, it raises, that basically raises up into the curve of my leg.
So it doesn't look like a foot with paw toes on the end of it. It looks like it's walking on its toes.
Yeah.
If you were to make like a plantigrade trouser leg and then your feet, you'd make it look like fur feet, you know what I mean? Because then you'd have obviously better movement and all that jazz.
Yeah. I mean, these bits just add on, that's just add more to the illusion. As you can see, I'll come into the middle. As you can see on the back of my ankles there, it's just to more gives the illusion that I am standing on my toes. Sorry, I'll come down. It just gives it that little bit more of an illusion that you are standing on your toes. And I add them onto the back of my shoes just to continue that illusion. Right, moving on to bodysuits. Why the hell not?
I don't have any pictures of bodysuits, unfortunately, but they're really easy. You can either learn... Right, you can either learn drapery and proper patterning. So you've got to be like a seamstress.
Or duct tape dummies.
Or duct tape dummies. Or there's another route. You can get the McCall's. It's the McCall's jumpsuit pattern. You know those really odd animal costumes that people make that are like just, you know, for fancy dress parties. You can basically get one of those, oversize it, put it on your duct tape dummy and take it in. So you've got a bodysuit patterning already done in calico, so you can test it out, see if it works properly and all that jazz. But another way, duct tape dummies really quickly, because a lot of these people are looking at me like, what?
Yeah, another thing, way to do it easier, will take a hell of a lot longer and probably have a lot more trouble, is just measuring.
Yeah.
Measuring, but then that's like measuring arms, around the leg, blah blah. Duct tape dummies, basically mannequins of yourself. The way to make them,
get a friend or a few friends.
Get a few friends, and do not do this by yourself.
No, about 5 rolls of duct tape for about sort of my or Charlotte's size, and you like get them to stand, legs just a little bit apart, arms
and
up.
don't do it naked.
No, don't do it naked. Get like a paint overall to put underneath or some spare pyjamas that you don't mind getting a few cuts in, you know, and be careful. You get poles or something to put your arms on because your model will get tired.
Basically, get the duct tape and...
Duct tape everywhere.
Basically.
Just absolutely
tear off strips, sticking it around until their body... if I had my phone with me, I would show you because I've got a picture of me in it.
Stop at the wrists and the ankles. Some people like to do the hands. I don't know why. But stop at the wrists and the ankles and the neck. Make sure it's ventilated in the room because it gets hot. Seriously hot.
I know quite a few people have said they've passed out from being in a duct tape dummy, so just make sure of that.
Mark on the front, and remember those little hashes, so you put it back together with the hashes, so you which you didn't do, so So she stopped hers really oddly. I don't even know what happened to Shaniqua. So she put with the hashes so she could connect it back together. We stuffed it with newspaper and stair sheets. I've seen people do it with like insulation foam and spray and stuff. Like, wow. Yeah. Get, instant duct tape dummy. But you can stuff it with foam, spare scraps that you've got, anything, just to pad it up. And then you have a double of yourself. So you can work on that double. And like when you're patterning and all this jazz, you have to put it on and like measure yourself and start sewing down there. Yeah. Duct tape dummy is one of the most useful things I've ever had in my life. And once you've got it, as long as you don't dramatically lose and gain weight like every month or so, you'll be fine.
I usually find as well, if you ever commission a fursuit, people will ask for duct tape dummies. If they ask what, then but you'll send them off and you'll get it back in pieces.
Yeah.
They cut up the duct tape dummies. What we did was we had the duct tape dummies, and then we put wrapped plastic bags around it.
To pattern it, I thought you could put garbage bags on, get packing tape, and start packing taping it, making another thin duct tape dummy over your duct tape dummy. It didn't take as long because we didn't have a person in it.
No.
But then you mark on all your markings and your fur directions, cut it all out. Like get it on your fur, get it off your fur, sew it together, and I got this from just doing that. And this, people will be like, that's not a professional way. Well, does it? It doesn't look that bad, does it?
But I mean,
it's an easier way.
Whilst you have the extra layer, which I don't have any pictures because this is probably really hard to show without pictures, but we did take some.
Yeah, but if you're confused afterwards, just drop me an email. I think I've got a link to a good tutorial on duct tape.
Yeah, I mean with the garbage bag things as well, whilst that's on, it's also a good idea to, I mean, I'm not sure what you did with yours because obviously mine was different, but it's to draw on the, see like these kind of patterns.
There's so many panels in different directions, and a nice thing to do, because your duct tape dummy is like that, and you're going to sometimes want to do that, or backwards or something like that, to add a little like diamond sort of dart under both arms, maybe under the legs or something, but I've got a drop crotch for mine, so my crotch is down there somewhere. So that was already on the duct tape dummy, so I was like, well, I only really need the arms then, And maybe some people, if they're planning to be active a lot, you might want another little slither in there or somewhere like that, which can make it just a little bit more baggy, but with long furs like this, I don't think you notice that much, so yeah, that's bodysuits. Zippers in the front. I'm always going to say zippers in the front because I had a Red 13 suit, the zipper in the back. I really needed to go to the loo. I could not get out of it at all. So I was like there, just like willing it to go away.
Whilst because I'm a lazy moo, as you can see on Law,
I can do it,
She has an extra panel on hers, as you can see.
A little panel with
poppers on it, and it's the same
out
with the heads and things like that as well.
So I've got my little panel and my poppers shaved down this bit, so when you put it down, both are equal length again. Nobody's going to see your zip at all.
Well, it's me, because I'm a lazy mutt. But I mean, it doesn't, I mean, you can see it there, obviously, you can't obviously see that there is a line down there, but it's nothing that people look at. Well, they do have a go at you.
If you really want your suits to be professional looking and not professional looking as well, professional quality, you probably end up doing that.
Panels are the best thing to do.
Yeah, panel, and it's just, you can't see it.
Right, before we go on to heads, which is a bit
the body wants to know, all the secrets are in the head.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, quick.
So far.
If I've not described anything good enough, tell me.
Or if you're confused as hell.